Okay, Coach, give us an opening statement about how the first home tournament went for the Jacks.
What a competitive weekend of volleyball. I mean, it was crazy. You had four very evenly matched teams just playing in just brutal battles in Shelton. I mean, you have matches going 4, matches going 5, every set being decided by 2 points. So it was a really fun, very challenging week of volleyball, and one that, we're fortunate to get out of there 2-1.
Yeah, you talk about how scrappy and competitive it was. Despite having the one loss against Sam, that's a match that every set went to extras. What does that mean? Even though we came out was not the result that we wanted, what does it mean to see both teams competing to that level?
Yeah, it was a great match. It was a hard fought match. We're lucky that we're not still over there playing right now. It was that kind of a battle. 25 points was never enough to get it done. So just back and forth, and credit to Sam. They played a phenomenal match, and they executed in the key moments. And in a match like that, one little thing is the difference in the outcome. We had a couple open looks that we just missed, or an untimely service error, and they executed more in those moments, and that's why they came out on top. But it's a match that can definitely learn from. There were a lot of positive things we did all weekend. We just didn't do them as consistently as we had done the 2 previous weeks. But we needed that to kind of find out, what are some things in those close crunch time moments, what do we need to work on? So we definitely know what those areas are for this week. I think we've got the girls' focus, and we got to get back to being extremely disciplined on our side of the net. But yeah, it was a very good, these first 5 matches to go 4-1 with the level of competition we're playing. We feel real good about that. And now the competition's just going to continue, and it's going to be fun, but we get an opportunity to grow from this.
You had 2 girls named to the all-tournament team. You had Molly Cravens and Jaden Flynn. What did you see from those 2 this weekend?
Yeah, Molly was a much smarter player this week. Molly's got tremendous kill potential, and she always gets her kills. She gets enough kills. The problem is she makes too many errors. And this weekend, she was really smart. She managed her errors. Those situations where the block was all over her, she was very smart with her shots, and just really pleased. And she just has a knack for the ball as a blocker. I mean, she just knows where it is and gets herself in the right place. And she's been playing really good volleyball, but it was fun to see her manage her errors this weekend. And then Jaden was Jaden. Jaden does some phenomenal things for us as a setter, as a defender, as a leader, as a server. Just every time she touches a ball, typically something good happens for us.
We talk about that with Jaden, especially from the service line. She had the one match with 3 aces, and that last ace put her at top 10 all time for aces. What have you seen from her as a leader, especially from the service line, in a weekend where we struggled sometimes between getting aces and errors?
Yeah, unfortunately for her, she struggled a little bit there in the Sam match. And we're trying to get all of them at the service line to really understand that we have a lot of potential at the service line. We have a ton of kill potential. We have a lot of big block. We have a very physically talented team. We have to rein that in a little bit sometimes. And at the service line, sometimes it's just about that good, solid hand to ball, make them make some plays, and power down a little bit. So, and that's hard to do when you're playing in that type of match where, teams have a long-standing rivalry. It's super tight, and you've got to come back and really dial everything down when you get to the service line. And I think that was a big part of it. But again, we've got to do a better job of that. But Jay certainly leads the charge in that area.
Talk about how the crowd showed out this weekend for all 3 matches.
Yeah, it was great. Sometimes you're home 3 days in a row. It's like, man, people can't come out 3 days in a row to watch us play, but they did, and it was nice. We had a good crowd Thursday, and then we shoot them all over to the soccer game after that. And then Friday was good, and Saturday, I'm like, man, this is a really good Saturday crowd. And I'm like, we're playing Sam. That's why, really good. A lot of people came out for that. And they got their money's worth. They got to watch a whole lot of volleyball and see a very exciting match. So we do appreciate the crowd. Makes a difference for us. And, you know, I know it wasn't the outcome everybody wanted on Saturday, but it was a good performance, and a lot of things can be learned from that match that will help us moving forward this season.
Got a pretty quick turnaround this weekend as you guys start hitting the road on Wednesday to head to Loyola Chicago so you guys can play them on Thursday. What do you see from this tournament that'll feature 3 teams that finished top 100 RPI last year?
Yeah, talk about, you know, having our hands full and just getting to play some really great matches. Loyola Chicago was a second round NCAA tournament team a year ago. So that'll be a fun matchup. Bowling Green was a finalist in the NIVC, and they're doing some phenomenal things right now early in the season. And then you've got Indiana out of the Big Ten, so that kind of says enough there, because the Big Ten is a volleyball powerhouse, as we all know. So it's going to be fun again, and another opportunity really for us to focus on our side of the net a lot more than the other side of the net. So get back to some of the discipline things we need to do. That's going to be a big focus for us throughout the week. And then just being super aggressive when we've got a good situation, being real aggressive offensively.
Well, we appreciate your time, Coach.
Thank you.